Let's make a viral video. Comment below if that should be my new intro. I like, we need one. We need one really badly. So today, we're gonna look at some ChrisFix Drifting. I'm sure all of you know ChrisFix. I believe he's like the biggest automotive YouTube channel. Comment below if I'm wrong, but he's like 8 million subs. It's freaking out of control. He's been doing this for a long time. I've obviously heard of his channel. I'm not an avid viewer or anything like that, but we've all watched his videos, okay? So we're gonna check out his drifting. He drifts a Mustang, or at least did in this video. This is a slightly older video. I know that he's not a drifter or a drifting channel or anything like that. His main thing is like mechanics, teaching you guys how to fix cars. Super cool stuff, but he just wanted to get in it and see what it's like as an enthusiast. So he has a couple different videos. We're gonna check them all out. This first one is what it's like to go drifting for the first time. He's in his Mustang, he's gonna let her rip. No crazy handbrake, stock steering wheel, stock seat. I think this thing's like completely stock. Probably, I'm sure he did some suspension things, but here we go, let's see. Also, side note, this is such a great course to learn on. There's like not walls anywhere. The outside, like the edges of the tracks are a little sketchy, but if you're in like a fairly stock car and you're just learning to drift, you're gonna be completely fine. So this and small turns, like I love this track for learning. One thing I learned quickly is hit the clutch when you spin out so you don't stall the engine. Yes, hit that clutch and when you stop. That's good thing he learned that, otherwise you're gonna be stalling out all the time. I started to get the feel for how much gas is enough gas, and while I didn't drift, I got my first taste of slightly sideways on a turn. So I mean, for me, if I could give the ChrisFix in this video anything, obviously he's learned to drift since then. I would say, let's get off the track and let's go to like the skid pad and try some figure eights and donuts. And because like one of the things he's having to learn on the fly and run by run is how to initiate and how to get that feeling, that throttle control. And that's a lot of what he's talking about in this. And we could save a lot of time if we could go do an exercise like doing donuts and figure eights and really learning that clutch kick initiation, the counter steer, throttle control, all that stuff. That's why I recommend that to you guys all the time, because you can save a lot of time, especially if this is at like a public event. He's going and doing one run and then jumping back in line and having to sit in line. Yeah, see, so there you go. So that sucks. Then he's got to think about it. And a lot of times, local events will have kind of a skid pad area or something before the event where you can just kind of go mess around, let's say. So that's something I would highly recommend to the ChrisFix in this video. He's obviously figured it out since then, but see, it's unfortunate because yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things I'm seeing is with the steering, like he's just glued to the steering wheel, and that's so typical. See how he's crossing hand over and he's not letting it flow through his hands? That's something that we could learn really, really quickly if you watched my how to drift videos. No, I'm just kidding. If he just got off the track, went and did some donuts and learned that feeling of letting it spin through his hands, catching, that's why I preach about that so much. It saves you so much time. And then once you go onto the track, you already have those like super basic mechanics in and can kind of go from there. Okay, so this is like maybe 6 months or a year later. He put it on coilovers. Like I said, like his car was completely stock when he was doing that. That is something that if you have no experience, that's really, really tough because you don't know kind of what you're trying to overcome, what you're doing wrong, or what the car is doing. So he put coilovers in, hydraulic handbrake. I wouldn't have done that off the bat. You guys know how much I preach about not using the handbrake, but he's not using it, so that's fine. Did something to the steering angle. I'm not sure what exactly, but the coilovers, so critical. The other thing he did, which is super smart, is he put a nice seat in there that has bolsters, especially with like older cars like this, where you can kind of slosh around in the seat. Some newer cars like FRSs and 370Zs, things like that, their seats have better bolsters, and so you don't necessarily need to get a racing seat right off the bat. But if you're sliding around in your seat a bunch, that's super important, and it's gonna be more critical than almost even an angle kit, because one of the biggest things is letting the steering wheel, and letting the steering do the work, and being able to let go of the steering wheel. If you have to hold onto the steering wheel really hard to keep yourself in the seat, you're just at such a disadvantage. So that was super smart, Chris. So, I mean, when you're learning, you can't be too critical on the steering, but it is something to think about. And if you notice when he was in that turn, he's like, steering wheel's here, his like one hand is on it and it's like well over here, and his left hand's doing nothing right here. It'd make much more sense to put the left hand in here, right, and get your right hand over here. So
after a few runs, I got the car dialed in and it really started to click and I was killing it.
There we go.
For the first time ever, I linked the entire back course.
there's so much handbrake. Like, guys, this is why I preach about it. He's not learning like the critical clutch kick and using the inertia of the vehicle. He's really relying on gathering some speed and then kind of handbraking in and dumping the clutch. It's a bad habit to get into. You start using it all the time. Okay, so now we're to his most recent drifting video. I don't know if this is his most recent drifting. It was posted a year ago. But he's doing a bunch of ride-alongs. Kind of a, oh, this is sick. This little like parking lot almost thing. Yeah, do not hit the curbs, my friend. Yeah, he looks so much more comfortable in this. See how he's like, I mean, he's not even looking at the handbrake. Both hands on the steering wheel. His hands are way down low, like put them up a little bit. It doesn't give you the best control. But he's trusting the car so much more.
No idea if it's really that good. It's that good. I promise.
We don't know if it's that good. We're not in the car with you. We're just looking at your face. No, riding along really is that good, guys. Riding along is like one of my, I love giving ride-alongs. It's so much fun. How many times is he gonna ask, have you ever been in a drift car? You get it, they haven't been in a drift car.
You should tell people about the helmet we have to let people use.
Yeah, so just to troll ride-alongs, if you guys have ever been in a car, you know, with us, but we have a pink helmet, so we make everyone wear a pink helmet. Sometimes we'll get these like macho men, they're like, I'll wear pink. We're like, here's your pink ride-along helmet, have fun. And then every time JMO's the one who always straps them in and stuff, because I'm like sitting in the driver's seat, so he'll help him get the harness on and get the seat adjusted and stuff. And he'll like pull real tight and then I'll go, good luck, and then like close the door, and they're just like always like,
Oh, what do you mean good luck? What does that mean?
The funniest part too is I've had people that are like, please don't crash, like I don't want to die or this or that, and I'm like, you think I want to die? You think I want to crash? Like I don't want to do that either. Like that's not my goal here. My goal here is just, you know, have a fun little drift and have you ride along. So I mean, honestly, massive improvement. It's cool watching this guy drive a mainly stock car too. I have to commend him for that. Like that's big. He didn't put a bunch of money and time into his car. That's something we talk about all the time, is like, keep it simple, stupid, right? Like it really means a lot in drifting. Work on your own driving, work on yourself, do the minimal mods you need. The seat was a massive move. I'd also put a 4-point harness and at very least a harness bar in there, or I love 6 points. I'm really against 4 points, but I don't know. It's cool watching this guy progress. He needs to put on another drift video. Come on. What do you guys think? Are you guys fans of ChrisFix? I'm sure like every one of you is probably. His channel is massive. But yeah, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. It's kind of fun, just checking somebody out that is, he's not a drift channel, right? He's just fixing cars and enjoying the sport. And you can see he's enjoying it. So guys, hit that subscribe button and check out all our other videos. We can teach you guys how to drift. We got a whole playlist, like 50 videos in it. And come game with us too. All right, guys, we'll see you guys in like a day. Peace.